It's Tuesday, July 19th. On a terrific Tuesday morning, we say morning, Barbados.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Morning Barbados. I'm Katrina Marshall saying thank you for making us your first choice to wake up with in the morning. We're glad to have you in company for the next 2 hours. The three of us will coast you through the early morning hours with our news, sports, weather, and all the bits in between. So let me say good morning and welcome to Cassandra Crawford and Colin Cunningham. Morning, folks.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome back, Carter.
Was this planned, this coordinated red and yellow? Was that a plan?
I don't think so, you know.
I'm liking that, though. I'm liking it a lot.
I'm up to a lot of things at night and early in the morning, you know, so I go around and check people.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for telling us what you're up to.
Yep. For those of you who leave your windows open, hey, all I'm saying is, you know, that's an open invite for me.
I don't think that's legal, Colin. Something about what he's saying is not sounding very legal to me.
Sounds a bit sneaky regardless of what you tell me. But you've been working really hard.
Yes.
On assignment. Bridgetown is coming alive.
That's been happening, and we'll see those segments here on Morning Barbados. In fact, today we start by focusing on what's happening at Sat J Mall in Bridgetown. And our city is very special. And these are just some of the things that remind us how special it is. And certainly when people team up with Morning Barbados, that adds more of a special touch. So good morning to you. I'm Cassandra Crawford, and nice to be back with you. Pan Pandisan was my last hard work event.
But it was sweet pan though, wasn't it?
Fabulous.
Wasn't it though, Cassandra?
Fabulous.
Your favorite band, bar none?
You mean don't be biased, or you just want to know the favorite altogether?
Oh, I mean be biased.
Mosaic!
We're a little bit ziggy-fied here on the show. Mosaic, the Mosaic Steel Orchestra brought such a touch to Pan on the Sand, simply because I think they spent a lot of time on non-calypso, non-reggae tracks. They gave a pan spin on a lot of the hip-hop tracks that we are accustomed to now, and they were fantastic.
Here's what I like most about them, which they had in common with, I think, Tropical Steel also had that kind of verve, and Exodus, of course, because that's how they train in their pan yards. Spirit, personality, constantly. You just saw energy throughout the entire performance, and I think that is highly commendable. So very good work from David. He's leading a number of youth orchestras here in Barbados, so I think excellent work. It showed.
It definitely showed.
Colin?
Right now, I just... Well, of course, I can participate. I didn't go to Pan on the Sand. I'm sorry. I missed all that sweet pan from Mosaic and all the others.
You went to Soca on the Hill? Is that why you were singing that
No,
song?
I did not go to that either.
However, if you're anywhere close to a newspaper this morning, you'll see all of the splendor that Kes Steventhaler and Guess the Band brought to Soca on the Hill. What's so funny, Colin?
Go on.
That's what he was going to say. Carry on.
I'm just waiting for the reason behind the laughter. It was a good weekend all around, though, and we did miss you.
Well, yesterday was Mandela's birthday, and you were urged to do something 67 minutes if you had the time. I mean, you should have the time to do something good. Somebody actually asked me yesterday again, why the 67 minutes? Million celebrated it. That's in the papers, but Jamaica, you know what? They were one of the first countries to actually... that he had visited when he was released in the world, and they actually have a highway named after him. And yesterday they did something for him again.
Excellent.
They described Nelson Mandela as a symbol of strength against inequality and injustice, and Jamaica leading the way in that area. And speaking of which, I may be able to go and visit my good friends in Jamaica sooner than I thought.
Oh, really? There's a story here.
It wouldn't cost me an arm and a leg either. Which reminds me, I have to go to St. Vincent.
Yeah.
That is costing me a half of my body, a torso,
including fingers.
I'm about to buy me a rowboat over to St. Vincent.
I don't think it's going to be as effective as you would like.
Well, I just leave a little earlier, that's all. I just leave a little earlier. My goodness, gee, we can't travel the Caribbean anymore. I'm not calling any names. I'm not saying any blame, but my goodness.
We're creeping there slowly, though. We're getting there very slowly.
Strides are happening.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Some success for Red Jet, more success to come.
Yeah, Let's get that rowboat going.
Let us hope.
Well, RedJet is one of the stories that we're following in our Morning Barbados top lines. We give you a taste of what's coming up in our main news package at 7 o'clock, so we hope you join us then. As we've been discussing, International Transport Minister George Hudson has welcomed the news that the Barbados-based airline RedJet has finally been given the green light to operate in Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. He says the approval has come at a good time. Barbados will soon have a new national HIV/AIDS strategic plan. News of this has come as parliamentarians from both sides of the political divide joined forces in response to the pandemic. Government is looking to make it easier for businesses to employ people with disabilities. Social Care Minister Steve Blackett says his ministry will soon have the results of a study on employing those with disabilities, and the recommendations will be made public before year-end. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank says member countries of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union recorded a second consecutive year of negative growth in 2010. The Monetary Council of the ECCB noted that last year the ECCU recorded a negative growth of 1.8% as compared with 5.4% in the previous year. Those have been your Morning Barbados top lines. Do join us at the top of the hour for our main news package. But for now, we find out what's making headlines around the world, and for that, Cassandra's got a copy of the International Herald Tribune.
Indeed, I do. It is, of course, provided through Newspaper Direct, and you can pick up your copy. You can actually check out their website at www.newspaperdirect.com, or you can give them a call at 436-1314. But a couple of headlines on the front I'll mention. One says, Germany builds future beyond the EU. It says here, Germany has long sat at the center of the European economy, but Europe is no longer as central to Germany as it used to be, with large parts of Europe still in an economic rut and struggling to cope with a debt crisis. Germany is increasingly deploying its money and energy outside the Eurozone to fuel its robust growth. The shift in focus, while still in its early stages, could have profound economic and political implications because it comes at a critical time when the rest of Europe is counting on Germany to continue its traditional role as the locomotive of the continent's economy. You can follow that story, but another one on the front cover, amid furor, a Murdoch moment. He's seen here, Rupert Murdoch arriving at News International headquarters in London yesterday. Mr. Murdoch and his son James are scheduled to appear before a parliamentary panel today. So you can get the details to those stories and many more in today's edition of the International Herald Tribune. We tell you now what's making headlines in our local newspapers.
Well, I don't even want to focus on the headline in the Nation newspaper this morning. I want to focus on another story, a picture on the front page. It is under the caption of Wherever I Lay My Hat. I won't burst into song for you, but I'll show you this picture. Look at that. You know, some of us dream of owning our own home, our first home at about 30. You know, we have these goals. She's been living in squalor for a long time. She's over 80. She's gone past the 10. Finally, she got someplace to call home that is acceptable by any standard. Good for you, Jenny Wooding. Oh my goodness, look at that. But the headline says, not so, retired geologist disagrees with Canadian expert, and this is about the Britton Hill collapse. The Canadian expert had said it was vibrations. The local expert is saying the cave would have collapsed one way or the other. Red inked, NCF forces 5 semi-finalists that change lyrics. Change your lyrics or else. Semi-finals coming up at the Garfield Sobers Complex on Friday, so I guess they don't have a lot of time to do that. Hurry, guys. Lift male standards. That's on the back page of the Barbados Advocate. Just under 50 secondary school boys taking part in the Life Skills Program of Supreme Counseling for Personal Development have been urged to help rebuild the standards of young males across the island. Now, you older males, you also have a part to play. You know, do good things. Pay special attention. That's the front page story. And a plan of action necessary on climate change. You can call Cassandra. She will help you all there, man. She has all the green.
I will be more than happy to do so.
See?
I will send you in the right direction.
See that there? I'm telling you.
It's all about green living.
Some of the stories in the local newspapers.
And just to take a very brief look at what we'll be following in our first half, of course, we'll be talking about what's happening with Bridgetown Come Alive. Soothing Touch the Spa is back to remind you of how you can unwind and relax, but that's just a taste. For now, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we've got more for you on the Tuesday edition of Morning Barbados.
Morning Barbados, good morning.